Information is power in Wisconsin agriculture these days, so having access to that information is key. I'm Farm Director Pam Yankee. But in 2025, one piece of information that farmers turn to is going through a change. The Wisconsin Custom Operator Guidance, which basically gives farmers the rates being charged across the state for multiple services from spring tillage and planting right on through to fall harvest. It includes manure applications, hay harvesting, and basically any service that a farm would be looking for. In the past, that survey was conducted by the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service, but this year, that's changing. Brian Luck, University Extension Ag Engineer, explains what's changing and how you can get involved in the survey this year.
We have done that in the past. Since I've been here, I got here in 2014 or so, we've worked with the Wisconsin/National Ag Statistics Service to conduct the custom rate survey in Wisconsin. Been a great relationship along the way. We've worked well with them. No complaints there. I will just have to admit to you that the cost got exorbitant. We weren't able to afford it. We didn't have any grant funding to support this, and we still wanted to prioritize it. So we looked around the country, and there's some other states that do this, and they kind of do it differently. What they do is in-house. They sort of make the survey themselves, administer that survey to different groups across the state, Iowa being a good example, and then do the statistical analysis, and that's something we can do here. So a little less expensive to do it that way, and we're kind of building. This is our first year to try it. We're going to try to build our sort of database and our folks that are able to get the survey and take it as we move forward.
You got a couple different disciplines that are cooperating on campus, too, to reach out to many different groups.
Absolutely, yeah. We're coordinating with Dr. Paul Mitchell over in Ag and Applied Economics. We're working on, I'm involved with Biological Systems Engineering, and then we have an individual from the Division of Extension helping us out as well. So it's kind of a group effort here, and we're trying to put together a nice survey that'll provide good data for Wisconsin farmers and custom operators.
Well, and we do have a lot of different custom operators, Brian, in the state of Wisconsin, ranging from manure applicators right on through to the people that are going to plant or harvest for you. Give me a little sense on questions that are going to be asked, groups that are already being approached.
As far as I can tell, all of that is in the survey. So we have a section on planting, we have a section on tillage, manure application, harvest in both silage and grain, etc. We're doing trucking fees, etc. So we did our best to sort of work off of the survey we had before with the Ag Statistics Service, but we've added a few extra little things that we're kind of interested in as well in there. We're also currently taking feedback. So I don't want to blow up anybody's email address, but if you get a hold of this survey and you see something glaring in there that's not present, please let us know, because we're able to adjust this and tailor it for folks in Wisconsin, which is exactly what we want to do.
Now, do you want the actual operators, the agribusinesses providing this service, primarily responding, Brian, or what if I'm the one that writes the check?
I think both would be fine. Yeah, we're targeting, say, our Wisconsin Custom Operator Group would be a great one. The manure haulers would be a great one, etc. But I think a distribution, because what we're trying to do is kind of break the state down in a few regions and send this data out so that, prices vary across regions, north to south, east to west. So, and there's regions that agribusiness folks don't get to. So if you have custom work done and you want to try to look and see what's in there and fill out the survey, provide us another data point, we'll absolutely take it. So across the board, even farmers that are doing a little custom work on the side, the more data we get, the better off we can sort of understand let's call it the error within the data we're collecting, and that tells us better about what the actual average price somebody should be paying is.
I never thought about how many of those operators come from outside our borders. Do you have a wild idea, Brian? Are we consumers of services from people outside Wisconsin, or are we pretty much homegrown when it comes to custom operations?
A little bit of both. I don't have a good idea, I'll be honest with you, but I'm saying if you're right on the border and there's somebody in a mile down the road in Illinois or Iowa, Minnesota, etc., they probably come in. Generally, I think we have pretty good coverage with our agribusiness folks that are doing custom operation, that we generally get that in Wisconsin. We are trying trying to limit it to Wisconsin folks, just not to skew the data.
Yeah.
And, Iowa has their survey. I'm not sure if Illinois has one or not, but we're just trying to maintain within Wisconsin as best we can.
All right, now let's talk logistics. First of all, how much time is this going to take? I'm busy right now, Brian. I really don't have time to play around with paperwork or anything like that. Tell me a little bit about the length of the survey and what platforms is it on? What am I going to be expecting? Paper? Is it a simple click? Tell me.
So we have a online survey. It's through Qualtrics. It's anonymous, so you don't have to provide any identifying information, maybe a little bit of location, but that might land just on a region. And then it's point and click through the survey. The survey is quite long, I will admit to you, because we have all of these sections throughout, but we did, I believe, allow for if you do not do a certain type of custom work, you are able to skip that section, right? So if you do it all, it might take you maybe 30 minutes to an hour to get through it. If you do one or two, we're talking 10, 15 to thumb through it all to make sure you covered everything.
Boy, but that's a valuable component for people that do write the check. That's always kind of been our baseline. Give me a little sense on how long we expect before you're gathering results. Will we have this by the end of the calendar year?
So what we're planning to do, we have somebody in-house, he's actually a PhD or postdoc now maybe, that's going to start on the analysis right away. So we're actually planning as we get data in, we're able to take this, since it's electronic, we can grab it immediately, get new results, throw them into statistical software, etc. And then the suggestion I made, and I think this is the way we're going to go, is we're going to do it by operation. So basically we're going to try to get planting done as quick as we can.
Right.
And then we're going to start thinking about the fertilizer, manure application, things that happen over the summer. When we get to fall, we're going to do harvest. And if we get there earlier, fine. If we don't, though, that's kind of our deadline, is every 2 or 3 months trying to roll another analysis out for a different section and then chop through it that way. So once we get to the end of the year, we'll probably let this go every other year like we have in the past, and then bring it out again following and just continue that analysis as we move forward.
Now, we've got the story up as well as the link at MidwestFarmReport.com, but if people are going to do a search, do you have any keywords or anything that they should be looking for, Brian, if they want to try to find that survey?
Yeah, I think if you go just search in Google Custom Rate Survey Wisconsin, it'll get you close. If you have any trouble, obviously I'm easy to find online. If you look on the Biological Systems website, you can find my page and my email address right there, so pop me a link and I'll just send it straight out to you if you need it. But I think Google will pop it up pretty quick, and the more people that wind up using it, and as we get hits that way, it'll move higher up that Google list as we go forward.
And again, like you said, this is statewide. Doesn't matter wherever you are, even if you only consume one of the services, you need voice.
I think so, yeah. We would appreciate that data because, like I said, it's a statistical adage. The higher the end, the lower the error. So we understand what the spread of the costs and charges are, so we can let people know, you can pay X dollars an acre plus or minus Y dollars an acre. That plus or minus Y really gives you an idea of, how wildly that data varies and how much you can expect to see up above or below that average in your area.
Not to push you above your pay grade, Brian, but is this the only survey that's been impacted by adjustments at the Wisconsin Ag Statistical /USDA? I mean, I'm just wondering how many other reports I have consumed myself that might be at risk of not happening.
Yeah, and you are a little bit above my pay grade, but I'll admit to you there's a lot of things that have been impacted lately about prices. And, if you have funding for a survey, that's one thing. If we get that through grants or whatever it is, this custom rate, as far as I've been aware, hasn't really had any funding associated. The Rank Business Institute with Dr. Mitchell, et cetera, has funded it in the past couple of times. Then as the price increased, that got too big for them. So I would say, yeah, it's probably causing some issues on some of these, maybe the land rental stuff and other things across the state that we all use, know and love, I should say. So, yeah, I think it could be impacting, although I don't have any data to support that.
So something we'll be watching. That's Brian Luck, our University Extension Ag Engineer, in cooperation with Dr. Paul Mitchell from the Rank Agribusiness Institute, Rodrigo Worley from the University Extension Weed Science side of things, and other University Extension specialists, asking you to take time to fill out the 2025 Custom Operators Survey. Maybe you only use one service, maybe you use many. They are looking for your input. You can find that survey, which shouldn't take very long, and qualify for a gift card from Fleet Farm or Cabela's. Just search for Wisconsin Custom Rates Survey, or better yet, go to our website, MidwestFarmReport.com, and look for it there. I'm Farm Director Pam Jahnke.